the sun starts to set, we're going to see how much light is left by the end of this early evening game here on the NFL on EA Sports. Ball teed up, Logan Cook after the kick. And away we go from Oakland. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Right to the air with Smith. This ball's cut by Ballers. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped.
I can't tell you how nice it is to have a big, trustworthy tight end in the passing game. Such great size to have, and he forces those defenses to find a way to try to match up when they can't.
And he stopped cold at the spot. Ooh, he paid for that one, but hey, still enough for that first down.
May not be the way he typically gets the ball, Kate, but once he had it in his hands like a reception, he knew what to do with it. He smelled that first down, and he went and got it.
Football on that 47-yard line, first down. From the gun, Smith. Catch is made down the right sideline. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and ducking the ball.
Ball at the 33 for first down. A give now from the gun. And he's swallowed up in the middle. No gain on the run. Chad Muma there to bring him down. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Out of the gun. Here's Smith. Complete out to the right side. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
The give on 3rd to Mostert. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You love a huddle? Kate, you really do. You love a huddle full of guys like this who just know how to keep the drive moving forward. There's some trust there that he's going to get the job done, and he's going to get another shot, I would guess, down the line.
All right, I'll set up now. 1st and 10. From the red zone now. Got a man. Bowers has it. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11. Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the Jaguars' 11-yard line.
Running for the marker on 2nd. And he's able to get back to the line, but that is all. Nothing gained or lost on that run, and now it's 3rd and 3.
It's 3rd down and 4.
Shotgun snap to Smith. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Targets have far less room to work in this red zone, Brock, but down this close as a former quarterback, I'm just going to assume you got to feel like he should have been able to hold on through whatever.
Yeah, and every once in a while you get in that huddle and you remind them, now listen, guys, it's going to be contested. We know that it's a physical game, all 100 yards of it into the red zone and end zone. But when you get down here, you've got to come up with contested catches, and he couldn't.
Fourth down, Smith. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown! The Raiders finish up an excellent opening series. Carlson's extra point is good. And the Raiders will jump out to a 7-0 lead. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. Starting from the 5. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down.
The Jaguars take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
They'll get this drive started. First and 10. Now Lawrence on the play fake. He's got his man. It's the rookie out of Colorado. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. 35 on the pickup. And that's a Jaguar first down.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
Down inside the 40 now with a first down following that last play. Blown back gets the handoff. And defenders are there to get him at the line. That was Tyree Wilson in on the tackle. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
I know these DNs love to get to the quarterback. I know that sacks many times equals a bigger payday. But doing the dirty work, playing the run well, that's what the best of the ends do in this league.
Second and 10 now. Connection made, Travis Etienne. And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And that'll be good for a Jacksonville first down. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And into a sea of bodies he goes. Looks like they'll get about 3 out of it.
Hey, not a bad play by any means, but there's room for more, and they know it.
Second down now, 7 to go. From the 19. He's on the move. Play didn't break how they wanted it, and he throws this away.
Look at the coverage on that play, Kate. I love that. That is textbook defense right there. When the quarterback escapes the pocket, and you got to find somebody. You got to go get sticky on your offensive guy. It's exactly what the secondary did, and it forces the throwaway.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. From the shotgun, Lawrence. To the edge of the end zone, and it's incomplete. Well, I know some old school coaches, maybe some former NFL quarterbacks who would have this guy running stairs after that drop, partner. Hit or no hit. That was a catch there that would have meant a first down.
Yeah, that's why that's old school, okay, Kate? The new school coaches and quarterbacks know how hard it is in this league with the contact. Know how valuable those contested catches are. Credit the defense for making the play on that one.
Going on fourth. Here's Lawrence. And it falls incomplete. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
I think this defense was resigned to giving up 3 points on the opening series. Instead, well, they got the chance to deny them anything. And boy, did they ever attack it.
1st and 10 now. Here's Smith. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
Couldn't connect on first. It's 2nd down. Here's a give inside to Mostert. He's able to drive that pile about a yard. The former #1 pick, Trayvon Walker, on the stop. Only a yard for him that time, so now 3rd and 9. And we will not get another play. Time now for the 2nd quarter. Raiders in possession. They start out with a 3rd and 9. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Complete here to Bowers. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Cut out left. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. Stopped that time by Antonio Johnson.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
2nd and 6 coming up here. A give left side to Mostert. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
I think with that call, they were trying to set him up with a short 3rd down run, but he said, nope, not on my watch. I'll just go get it all right here. Now, playbook's wide open for 1st and 10.
They're set up at the 35 now. First down, Smith to throw. Escapes out to the left. He's on the move. Gets out of harm's way after stringing together some nice yards on that run.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
Here's 2nd and 2. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground. Trying to find Brock Bowers. And that leaves him with 3rd and short.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
Motioning him from the slot right. A little touch pass here, trying to move the chains. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Hey, don't get me wrong, Kate. Every defensive guy, they watch tape in their own ways. But linebackers, well, they're a little bit like quarterbacks. They got to develop that 6th sense by watching that tape so they can diagnose and get home in a hurry like he just did. A dependable kicker, man, that is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
Fielded at the 7. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Now give left side. And he can only manage 1 yard. The defenders were at the ready to bring him down.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
That one's cut along the left sideline. It's a 26-yard pickup there. And that's a Jaguar 1st down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Here's Travis Etienne on the ground. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, 1st down.
That's pretty good right there now. You don't always expect a sizable gain when you run it on 1st down. You just want some yards to set up an easier 2nd down play. But they will take that execution every time.
On 1st and 10, here's Lawrence. Hits his running back. And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line. Working quickly here. 1st and 10, it's Lawrence. Pass is caught at the 9. And he's going to be tackled, but still all the way down to the 6. Give him about 16 yards on that gain, Brock, and it sets him up with 1st and goal. It's the 2-minute warning now from Oakland. The Jaguars trailing in the early going. They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. They'll run Etienne. And he won't challenge for the goal line. The stop made at the 4. The defense calls a timeout. So that's their 1st. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
Quick pass, right side, complete. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Cam Little to try the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Jaguars cut it to a field goal game. Volley set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. So new kickoff rules. This is going to come out to the 30, not the 25 on the touchback. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Throwing is Smith. That's completed right side. And he's touchdown after a nice pickup there to get the 1st. Smith setting the throw. This ball's cut by Bowers. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Smith on 1st down. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Jaguars are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season.
Oh, coaches just love that effort right there. Instantly, as he made the pick, everybody was looking for a block and doing their part to set up the return. And I know it pales in comparison to giving up the turnover, but how about the effort on the other side to track him down and stop a potential pick 6? I think everybody deserves a little credit on the field for that effort.
And he pushed deep in enemy territory with that, down inside the 25. Jags working fast here, trying to get back to the line. Lawrence working from the gun. Gets it to the 15. And they get this down to the 10-yard line before going down. Jags working fast here, trying to get back to the line. First down throw, Lawrence. Finds his back complete. It's a Jacksonville touchdown. So the offense showing a slightly different dimension there, Brock, getting the running back involved with his hands for the touchdown.
Yeah, such an advantage. I think when you think about it, Kate, it really is about the 80s where we start to see these running backs not just tote the ball as runners. There'd be real weapons when they get the ball in the passing game. Yeah. That's well done.
Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. So new kickoff rules. This is going to come out to the 30, not the 25 on the touchback. They've got 1st and 10, Brock, but time for maybe 2 plays at most if they even want to try anything. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken. They've got 1st and 10, Brock, but time for maybe 2 plays at most if they even want to try anything. Slot man motioned over. He'll throw it. Trey Tucker makes the play. And they'll have it across midfield as he runs out.
Well, you don't normally get that type of outcome on a slant. You're just looking for a little short yard gain to find the right type of athlete with space to work before and a perfectly placed ball after the catch. It's a perfect play to break it big.
Throwing it just before halftime. Throwing for the end zone. Too much on that, and it sails through the end zone, incomplete. We've reached the midway point of this contest. 2 quarters down, and an exciting 2 to go. The NFL on EA Sports returns after this. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Here's the one back on the handoff. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Stopped by the unmistakable Max Crosby. Halfway there on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
A humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
Out of the gun, Lawrence. Tried to connect, but it winds up incomplete. This one misses the tight end. And it'll be 3rd and 5 coming up.
You know, I love this, Kate, from an offense. Just philosophically, stretching that secondary out with your tight end. Even still, one of the deeper targets you're going to see him get. It's a shame they couldn't quite connect.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Looking to throw, Lawrence. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. Fourth down coming up.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Ooh, and he's out of bounds before he can break it upfield. Call that a 64-yard punt officially. And it'll be Raider football. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Smith. Throw left side, complete. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. Offense up to the line fast.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 22-yard line.
From the 22 on 2nd down. Complete out to the right. And he'll get this up close to the 40 before going out. It's a gain of 17 on that one. And that's good for a Raiders first.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum. Keep that defense on its heels.
1st down now, ball at the 39-yard line. From the gun, Smith. Got a man, Bowers has it. And he's all the way home. Touchdown, Vegas! The Raiders grab the lead on their first series of the half. Brock Bowers, the touchdown. Carlson good on the extra point. And the Raiders push their lead to 3. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. So new kickoff rules. This is going to come out to the 30, not the 25 on the touchback. They're out and set, 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Lawrence. Fits it through the middle. And he's officially in enemy territory now. They're going to give him the opposing 49. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4. From the 43. Makes the grab in bounds, left side. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
This entire play, Kate, depends on how well he can separate from his man. You get man-to-man coverage, it's really about 2 things, separation and trust. Because QBs want to throw it before he breaks, that's the trust, and then they got to believe that that separation can create the big play down the field.
And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down.
Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. Rather than force something with no one open and risk a turnover, he wisely just threw it away.
Lawrence trying again on 2nd. And they're going to take this in for the Jacksonville touchdown. The Jaguars take a 3rd quarter lead. Little tacks on the extra point. And the Jaguars take a 4-point lead. On now is Cook to kick this away. So new kickoff rules. This is going to come out to the 30, not the 25 on the touchback. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Smith. Complete here to Bowers. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. First down, Smith to throw. Escapes the pocket. That's complete to Bowers outright. He's got room to roam here. That one goes for 25 yards. And that's good for a Raiders first.
So many cool fundamentals on display right there, Cade. Look the ball into your hands, number one. Don't turn your eyes away from it before it gets to you. And when you've got that catch secured, snap that head forward and find that space upfield to turn a good play into a great play.
Complete out to the right side. And they're going to touch him down after a short pickup.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 16-yard line.
And again, it's Smith. He's got a man left. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11.
I feel so bad. I really do. And I don't mean this sarcastically, Kate. I feel bad for these guys in coverage. I don't know how you defend some of these players today because they get that drag route, they get one step inside of you. Well, there's very little you can do other than make the tackle.
Throwing now, 3rd and 2. And the connection made in the end zone. Touchdown! The Raiders take a 3rd quarter lead. Carlson now to add one more. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Raiders push their lead to 3. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. Return coming from the 6. And this return gets to the 30 before he stopped.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Lawrence looking to throw. That is caught by Brian Thomas Jr. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
From the 36. Throw reeled in by Thomas. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
On 1st down, they'll run. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play. Offense in the hurry up here. Second and 13. Hits his running back. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And that'll be good for a Jacksonville 1st down. We're through 3 on this holiday weekend. They're set up at the 35 now. First down throw, Lawrence. Tight end reels in the shallow throw. And they haul him down just a foot or two shy of the red zone. Give him 13 on that play. And that's a Jaguar 1st down.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
On 1st and 10, here's Lawrence. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
And look at that. All that effort and success from the previous play, it is gone. Credit to this defense who snapped and cleared. That's part of this game. You got to snap and clear. Give up a big play, come back and make a big one for yourself. And they do get home with that sack.
Trying again, following the sack. Buys time, rolling right. Now here he goes. And that will not be enough for a first down.
This is one of those occasions that it looks so promising when you take off as a quarterback, and then you're reminded just how fast these defenses are in the NFL. Couldn't quite move the chains, but it wasn't for a lack of trying.
The Raiders bringing out a couple extra defensive backs for third down. They're in the dime. Lawrence in the pistol. Has it at the 7. He touched him down, but a great pickup, and it's good for a first. They'll try and punch it in. And they're going to stop him after he wiggles his way forward for 2.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on first and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on second down.
Second and goal coming up, 5 yards to the end zone. Lawrence working from the gun. He's got it.
You know what I love to say? You never go broke taking a profit. And you often gain profits when you use your eyes as a quarterback. Those hitch routes, those underneath throws, oftentimes it's the eyes of the quarterback looking downfield and then taking that short completion.
He keeps it himself. And he's in for the touchdown. The Jaguars take a fourth quarter lead. Trevor Lawrence with the touchdown on a quarterback sneak to the end zone. Little able to connect on the point after. And the Jaguars take a 4-point lead. On now is Cook to kick this away. So new kickoff rules. This is going to come out to the 30, not the 25 on the touchback. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Oh, he taps it quick to the receiver coming across here. And he flips the field for them before being taken down.
Yeah, when you got a game changer as a wide receiver, you want to get the ball in his hands any way you can. And I love that call. Right, we see it all the time on bubbles and quick little receptions. But put the ball in his hands as a runner, and this dude's dynamic.
It began at the 30 and has now jumped to 1st and 10 all the way down inside the red zone. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he's brought down by a collective effort there, only 1 yard on the carry.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Shotgun snap to Smith. Connection made to Raheem Mostert. And they bring him down at the 7-yard line.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
We're down to the 2-minute warning here in Oakland. Raiders needing 4 points. 3rd and 4 coming up now. Looking to throw. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Desperation time here on fourth. And it's going to be incomplete. Extend the drive. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
They'll run here on first down. And he won't get anything there. Several defenders nearby to hold him up. Now whistles and a timeout taken quickly by the defense. 1:50 left to go.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard running backs say there's just times you got to run in the darkness. And when linebackers fill that hole like that right in the middle of the field, he ran right into the darkness and the pain of that linebacker.
2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Another carry for him. Hits the sideline to the 20. Up the sideline, past the 40. Works the sideline inside the 35. And he's down all the way to the 30. It's a huge pickup on the play. And that'll be good for a Jacksonville first down. They give it to him again. And they'll surrender just a lone yard. That brings up 2nd down. Timeout taken by the defense. They're 2nd. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Back-to-back carries here. Has some space inside the 15. And that should just about do it, folks. They take it in for the touchdown, and that should lock up this win. On is Little for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Jaguars drive their lead to 11. On now is Cook to kick this away. So new kickoff rules. This is going to come out to the 30, not the 25 on the touchback. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. We've got a flag down, and there was contact, but is this going to go against the offense? Now, I think there's a good case for that to go either way, but the officials decided he was the more egregious offender, so it's offensive interference. From the gun, Smith. Connects on the crosser. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that first down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
First and 10 now. Here's Smith. Forced out to his right. He finds his running back. Nice work, complete. They get an even 10 on that play. And that's good for Raiders first.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Smith on first down. Throwing deep for the end zone. And this is going to end up incomplete. He really aired it out there on first down, but just couldn't make the connection.
I like that, Kate. That's going to keep a defense honest. That proves that they're not afraid to take a shot on any given snap. And with enough looks, eventually, one's going to hit.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Back to the air, it's Smith. This finds Mostert. And he goes out a little short of the 40.
When there's heat, that blitz coming off the snap, that QB's eyes, you could see it right away. He got to his check down in a hurry. But, Kate, here's the key. Quarterback and running back have to be on the same page. The two were right there, and it netted some positive yards.
Looking to throw it. Completed to his running back. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Now the offense going to take its third and final timeout. And now they're powerless to stop that clock with a timeout at least.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of third downs just like that.
First down, Smith to throw. Trying to push it deep downfield. He's got it deep downfield. And he is in for the touchdown. Still unlikely, Brock, but it's not entirely over just yet with this score. Now a big two-point try coming for these Raiders. Here he is to throw. And they get the two-point conversion. He's in the lead, only a field goal now. So with hardly any game left, they have time for this kick and maybe a couple plays. Oh, did the Raiders get to that one? They're saying yes, and